it's that first dark color that goes on the skin areas and over Christ's hair, over the eyeballs, over everything. This is already mixed up, and Sahara is just the brand name from ochres and oxides. And I have that written down on your information about the pigments. So what you want to do is to just take maybe a couple pea-size scoops and put it into your palette. And I have some little eyedropper. Do you want to get me one of those? I brought those this time thinking that before I think we were taking our brushes and going into the egg or putting the egg here, and you can do it that way too. Some people like to do the eyedropper, so feel free to get an eyedropper. And then you're just going to add a few drops, and then take your brush, get your brush wet first. That way it kind of breaks down the air bubbles and everything that might be in your brush. And then you're just going to stir this around. And kind of combine the pigment and the egg. I don't know what that is. Might have been something in the brush. So the idea is to mix up a color that's dark enough so it covers the area, but also transparent enough that you won't lose your lines. And the way you figure out whether or not you've got the right consistency is you take a piece of paper that's in your materials or wherever. You do a little squiggly line with pencil, and then you kind of mark over it. Now, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay? However, I'm not going to have enough to go all the way through.
So you're going to do all of it?
I'm going to do Christ's hands, his face, head, and neck, and then his little hand over here, and all of the Theotokos'
So
face.
it's the flesh then.
All the flesh areas, yeah. So if you have the consistency you want and the transparency, add a little more yolk. That kind of will extend it out too. That might make it a little too thin. If it was too thick with the pigment, then I would have added a little more water.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I have enough there to go over. Let's just start with Christ's face. I'm right-handed, so if I started with his hand, I'd probably have a tendency to stick my hand in it. And then you'll have your bridge. But you're going to start usually from the top. Now, this technique is called puddling or petit lac, and so you're starting from one end and you're going lightly over the surface. You're not doing like this, but it's more of a sideways. Put the brush down, allow the pigment to flow out to the end of the brush, and then very lightly go back and forth and back and forth, and you're connecting puddles to puddles. Okay, so I have the one puddle there. Now I just added another puddle, and if you see this from the side, you can see how it's all kind of blending in, and that puddle is acting up with the previous one. Now sometimes I've noticed up here, and it might be some of the glue